Good morning. It's Saturday, 8:45 a.m. and it is January 27th, 2024. There was a video that was shared to me from a gentleman that kind of laid out, and his whole purpose was to not just show the journey from the entry points way south all the way down to Ecuador. His purpose was to show the corruption, ask the questions that none of the other people were really asking during their journey. There were so many other social media influencers that took the journey from, way down south, and they just showed the journey and the struggle. It was never about what the actual truth is, what people think, why they're here, who's funding all this. And there is a guy that shows the entire thing, all of the organizations that are involved, what the people think. He asks all the hard questions like, why do you support Biden? Why, what do you think about Trump? And he shows exactly what people are saying. All of the different Doctors Without Borders, IOM foundations, the United Nations maps that are written out that show the Chinese people exactly where to stop, because there are Chinese hotels buried off in the jungle, buried off in the jungle type forest. It's not really a forest, but and there are particular hotels and spots for each one of them. And in this video, as I'm watching this thing, he says, Chinese people are the more wealthy people out here. So what they do is they end up flying into the airport here. They just get off the airport right across the street, and they got a hotel to stay at right away, just hundreds of feet outside the hotel. They got a specialized hotel just for them. And it's sad, because he said then you start asking questions, and then you come upon these maps, these routes and stuff that are given out by United Nations organizations and other organizations like them. And it shows people exactly where to stop, exactly where to all the food and the hotel places and stuff are, all the ports of entry when you get to the United States. So once you get in Mexico, it branches off like fingers, and multiple fingers. There's like probably 15 to 20 different entry points from the entire border all the way across. And the guy said it's very, very apparent here what's going on. And you have different types of leadership that know this guide, that know this journey. And it's not all just Mexican people, it's not all just Guatemalan people, it's not all just Panamanian people. You may have a guide that's Indian that specializes in communicating with Indian people, and you hit the Darien Gap. You want the 4-day route? Do you want the 6-day route? Or do you want the 2-day route? Because if that guide is going to risk his life going through the 2-day route in the Darien Gap, and it's the more dangerous route, the price goes up substantially. And then the fee for boating from that location across also goes up substantially. So it is an entire agenda, and it helps feed the cartels. It helps feed the criminal organizations down south of the United States. And what's going on is the American government is working with the United Nations, or the United Nations is controlling the American government to make this happen. They are orchestrating this whole entire situation. So when we talk about the World Economic Forum and the big plan and stuff like that, that's exactly what's going on here. They are putting out so much information and enticing so many people from these poor countries. They've got agencies in these other countries that go out and convince people to get groups of people together to come here because they're going to be let in. And people know that, and they think it's all Biden. They think Biden is the one that's doing everything, that he's the one creating this space for these immigrants coming here, and he's dead wrong. It has nothing to do with Biden. It's what the United Nations is doing to control the government here, in lieu of there potentially being a outbreak here in violence, and then all of a sudden we go into some type of controlled law, and then it's not just the government as we see it now. It turns into a one world order type thing. It turns into where the United Nations is actually controlling everything, or some kind of specialized law where the president of the United States is no longer the one in control. And that's where we're headed. And the more information that comes out, the more people that show this journey. Surprised this video only got 66,000 views in 10 days. It should have more views than any video on any of this, because it clearly shows from start to finish and exactly what's going on, exactly what the people think, exactly what they're being told, the organizations that are all helping them. It's very apparent and very clear when we've learned everything that we've learned from the media, from our government, everything that's going on here. And then when you start putting the rest of the little pieces together, like this guy putting his life on the line, it's very clear what's going on. Very clear. I'm going to play you some of the clips from his video. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. It's not my content. I want to play these clips to entice you to go click on the link in the comment section to go actually watch his video. So I'm trying to promote his video because I want people to watch it. I want people to see it.
Why do you like Joe Biden?
Joe Biden is a nice guy. You see, he opened the border for all the countries.
Yeah. That's so you like him because he opened the border.
Because you see, there is a poor country around America, so they're just coming to visit for their job.
Okay.
A lot of people don't understand is you can't just come here for the job, for the better opportunity, and seek asylum. When you come here if you're under political persecution, or if you're being harmed in some kind of way from your country and you're trying to get away from that, there needs to be some kind of substantial proof there. And whenever you're seeking asylum, it's the closest country to where you're at that you go to that can help. It's not going, days and days and thousands of miles away to another country somewhere else to go to their country because it's an open border. That's not how asylum seeking works. And these people that are getting documented coming into the United States as seeking asylum, they're not seeking asylum. They're exactly what this guy here just said. They are here because they want more money, they want more jobs, and they think the United States and the President of the United States has all this plethora of jobs for people to just walk in and go to. And they don't. They're being lied to so they can get them in the United States and they can turn them into voters. And if the voting doesn't work, then there will be enough chaos going on that maybe one world order, United Nations control.
¿Por qué todos le gusta presidente Biden? ¿Por qué?
Biden es un presidente que ayuda mucho al inmigrante.
Es un futuro mejor, Biden.
¿Biden por todos?
Por todos.
Sí. No, pero ¿por qué los migrantes le gusta Biden?
Porque Biden apoya
Porque él apoya a los inmigrantes.
Biden.
¿Es un mejor presidente de Trump?
El presidente de Estados Unidos, Biden.
¿Tu opinión de Trump?
Trump no sirve. Trump no quiere a los inmigrantes.
Ok.
Trump es un inmigrante y desecha al inmigrante.
See here, these people don't like Trump, and they don't like Trump, and it's not because Trump has done anything wrong. He just doesn't want all the migrants coming in here, all the immigration happening illegally. So these guys are not for him because it stops them from doing what they want to do. But they're definitely for Biden, and even though they don't know anything about Biden or what he stands for or how he's inept, unresponsive, and sleeping half of the time when you see him on the stage, the guy can't respond to anything and have a solid conversation without looking like he's going to fall out or he's mumble fucking the words that are coming out of his mouth, or mush mouthing is what I like to call it. It just is what it is. These people are convinced by these other organizations that are trying to help him get here that Biden is the president that they should be voting for because of what he's doing for the people. And after enough time and they get status and everything else, then they'll be for Biden. Well, I'm going to tie this video up here. There's no point in me beating this any more than what it is. I want you to go watch the gentleman's video below. I am going to put the link in the comment section. Go watch it. Watch it all the way through. It's about a 50-minute video, I believe. And it should paint a really, really, really good picture of what's going on afterwards. Thank you, guys. As always, I hope you guys have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Look out for one another. If you haven't checked on anybody in a while that's near and dear to you or somebody that's close to you, please do it. Check on people right now. Right now is not a good time for people. A lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of people, just kind of really worried about our country and stuff like that in general. Check on people, make sure people are okay, reach out to people. Remember, keep your preps up. Start putting, non-perishable foods and stuff away that you can use in an abundance in case something does happen in the future. Make sure that you're sharp, you're clean, and you're keeping up to date on your 2A stuff. Remember, your free speech is between you and the government. Your free speech is not between you and somebody else. The Constitution wasn't written for free speech to be protected between us as people. The free speech was written to be protected against the government and you. That's how it was written. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm coming here and I'm going to say whatever I want because since you believe in the Constitution, I could just trash your video and say whatever. Well, it doesn't work that way. It's not how free speech works. Free speech works between you and the government because the government can't silence you. They do. But they can't silence you in what you have to say to them. If I don't want to listen to it or somebody else doesn't want to listen to it, that Constitution doesn't protect you from a person individually. Remember that. People get that kind of twisted moving forward. And there are a lot of states right now that are trying to take a lot of rights away from 2A people, and they don't want people to be able to have anything to protect themselves. And there's more and more laws coming down all the time in other countries. Washington State, California, New York, they're all trying to do stuff like this. Chicago or Illinois, all these liberal states and city-run they're the epitome of laws and stuff and disarming people and making people vulnerable to threats because they don't believe in law enforcement. They don't believe in people being able to protect themselves, and they just funnel the country with as many illegal immigrants as possible, all kind of cartel members, drug addicts, rapists, murderers, all of them coming here, and regular people. So just be careful, guys. Keep your head on a swivel, take care of your family, and be ready.